I just got back from a quick run this morning. It's a little cold, probably in the 20s. A little 3-mile run, start off my day. I am on my way out to do some tree work today. A friend of mine owns a tree service and I work with him one day a week, and last Friday we started a job that we didn't finish, so today I am coming out to help finish the job. It's a giant oak that's hanging over a house and 2 sheds and a propane tank. We got about half of it down on Friday, and now we're going to try to finish it today. We have a line high in the tree coming down to a cedar, to a block, and all the way back up the hill to another tree and a block, and all the way over to the pickup where we're going to pull it over. Trees on the ground, everything went great, and it's about 1 o'clock now, and I'm going to head into the office. Now it's time for another episode of Shop Talk. Well, today I want to talk about confidence. Whether it's confidence to pursue a particular career or new career, to make a decision that involves risk, to go out and do your first overnighter in the woods, or to step up to a giant oak tree that hangs over somebody's house and cut it down. Because to the degree that you have confidence in what you're doing, the ability you have to achieve success in that particular pursuit raises dramatically. And if you doubt yourself, if you're nervous about something, you're just not going to perform at your highest level, and the level of success that you're going to achieve is greatly diminished as a result. Now, I'm not naturally a confident person. I'm fairly introverted. I don't walk into a room and command attention. I'm not particularly asserting myself in situations where there is risk. Yet, I absolutely believe that in order to achieve some of the goals that I have, you have to be assertive. You have to be confident in order to obtain the results that you're looking for. So, how do you do it? How do you become more confident when it is pursuing things that are really important to you? So, here is my plan of attack when I'm trying to achieve success at a goal. The first thing is that I believe that confidence always follows competence. The more competent you are at any task, the greater level of confidence you feel. The greater level of confidence you feel, the greater chance of success you are going to have in accomplishing that goal. So developing competence at something really just means breaking it down to its component parts. You have a complex skill, and you break it down to its most basic components, and then you identify where are the areas in these basic components that you already are accomplished at or skilled at, and where are the areas that you really need to learn perhaps a brand new skill. So identify all of the components necessary to accomplish the goal that you are setting out to achieve. And then the next step is just go out there and start learning and developing those skills. For instance, if I want to do my very first overnighter in the woods. I'm not going to start by just going out with a sleeping bag and a tent and doing an overnighter. I mean, I guess I have done that before, but the reality, if you want to achieve success, you're going to learn what's necessary. What kind of equipment am I going to need to bring? What kind of skills do I need to have? Do I have the right equipment? What temperature is it going to be? Is my sleeping bag warm enough? Is it going to be bad weather, good weather? And so you look at the task that is before you and you break it down into those component parts, and if there are holes in your game, you need to develop those skills so that you are ready and confident when it comes time to perform the task. Performing each task, if it's a new thing to you, then it's really important to start when there is low risk. So if I'm going to learn how to start a fire, for instance, I will do it in my backyard or someplace where I have the right materials right at hand. I've been able to easily obtain them. I have matches or a lighter or some sort of accelerant. I'm learning how to start a fire with there's absolutely no risk of if I fail, that it's going to be like a life-threatening situation. And then from there, once you achieve success, then you start upping your game and you create more difficult and problematic situations that you need to develop higher sets of skills. So, like taking a larger piece of wood that you got to break down into a smaller piece of wood, for instance, so that it will catch a flame and start to burning. And how do you start that flame? Maybe you don't have matches, maybe you don't have a lighter. Can you do it with a spark? What kind of tinder materials work best? And so on. That's all through trial and error in low-risk situations. Now, as you're developing these skills, one thing that I've learned that I've just lived by is that I believe that hard work trumps talent every time. I used to believe that people with natural gifting and talent were just like in a class of themselves, and the rest of us mortals just had to be content with the lot that we have received in life. But what I've learned is that when you work hard, you're willing to sweat at something, you're willing to overcome obstacles, you're willing to put in the hard work necessary, you actually start developing skills to a very high level in many cases, and so that you can even in some ways become an expert in that particular field just by sheer determination, perseverance, hard work, a never give up attitude. And I think that no matter what your goal is as a result, that if you have a clearly defined goal, you've broken it down into its necessary component parts, its skills, and then you just work your tail off to achieve competence in those skills, then your confidence level is just going to rise. And that's pretty much all I have to say about that.